all fade. When the stage is gone, when the debts ain't paid. Just how big a boy are you? When the chips fall, when the fish fly. Just how big a boy are you? When the truth comes, when the lies die. Big talk ain't the weight you carry. Truck in a no-name town, dust on your tongue, rain won't come down. What's the measure of a man with nothing to show? When the wind cuts deep, when the seeds don't grow. Just how big a boy are you? When the walls crack, when the earth shakes. How big a boy? Don't mean a thing at all. You can puff your chest, you can raise your chin, but the mirror don't care about the fire within. How far will you go? How much will you lose when it's blood for blood and you gotta choose? Just how big a boy are you? When the tide turns, when the sky falls. How big a boy are you? When the pain comes, when the last call. Big talk, don't weigh a damn thing.
in for a landing. Wheels down. Hopefully no echoes in the way. Got the power instruction not to let anybody fall. Coming in for a landing. All is clear. Wolf Nation. In the house. On the airway. I love that little riff there. I'm still listening to you. You can hear it. Love choir. Really wasn't happy with that. Well, it was. I just like the song. I could.
Oh, there they are, right there.
I could keep listening all night long.
Found them. Oh yeah.
I love the
We got some
music.
good music.
We do. Happy Tuesday,
Happy Tuesday.
March 24th, 2026 at 6:33 Eastern
Boy, it's hard to believe. it's
Standard
already-
Time. Oh man, I've got so much to get done as we head into April. I really, really do. I have so much to get in there.
Yep.
But yeah, man, how you been since last night?
I will tell you what, I've been finer than a frog here.
I hope you told Howie what a great job he did on the air last night.
Oh, I was, yeah. He
I
got
mean-
an scoop ice cream in his pup cup last night.
Yeah, I think he's a star already. You know,
Oh, he is.
for those that didn't see the show last night,
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Biscuit Boy's dog Howie. Well, I don't know. Is it actually your dog or Mama's dog? I mean, are you
Mama's dog.
okay?
I just
He likes hanging out with you.
No, but no, she trained. She's the one that trained both of us. So you know, you got to give her credit.
Got to give her a heck of a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Good for her. Good for Howie. Howie is a dog. If you don't know that, and Howie did a great job.
Don't tell him that either.
Yeah, don't tell him that either.
Don't know.
He's a heck of a dog, though.
He is.
I don't know if he's as Georgia would say, a dang good dog, but he's a good dog.
He's good, folks. I'll put it that way.
But the way he sat there on the show and like he would stare at the screen, then he would look at you. I mean, he was like the perfect co-host. I mean, really. Other than he didn't speak, some would say that is the perfect co-host. I would not.
Would be.
I would say we'd have, if Howie had something to say, we wanted to hear it.
Well, it would have been very profound. I guarantee you that. Whenever he does have something to say,
Although you did say he went and told on you.
he did. He did. But you know, it's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
He goes by the way his tummy feels, and it's usually growling most of the time.
There you go. Hey, folks, don't forget Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Special interview.
Yep.
Miss Annie Cyrus will be coming in by video.
Yep.
She will be talking all things Iran. She's from Iran. She
is.
was persecuted
Witnessed
in
the
Iran.
horrors of the
She,
mullahs.
yes, she knows all about that.
Yep.
She's an American citizen, is a Christian now. She's just released a book, released on Saturday, and you'd want to tune in. We're going to pack as much as we can
It's going to be a good interview.
into that hour. We really, really are.
I guarantee you, your eyes will be opened in a way that they're not at this moment. So,
Yeah.
that really didn't make any sense, did it? Your eyes will be opened in a way they're not at this moment.
It reminds
I think I watched too many Kamala Harris. So, I don't know.
tomorrow is today if it's tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like that Star Trek Next Generation show, episode where they meet the people that talk in phrases. You have to piece the phrases together, you know.
Kind of Yoda.
Similar. I mean, it would be like you would say something like the bridge too far or something. I mean, it would be descriptives of things that happen, but it would have a phrase.
Bridge. Oh, that's what they were talking about.
So
I got you.
it sounded like that, but it sounded like a bridge that didn't have an off ramp.
Right.
The bridge to nowhere. That's what they have in California.
They do.
The billions of dollar bridge that goes
They
to
have
nowhere.
railroad tracks to nowhere. It costs several $1 billion to lay less than a mile.
Oh, I tell you, shovel ready projects. That's what they're known for. Not
Well,
shoveling the cash in.
I hope Gavin gets. I hope he gets what he deserves out of life. I do. That's probably going to be a 5 foot by 8 foot little room, but
Well, they are what they are. We said it. We said it yesterday. I didn't do it. By the way, I didn't do a show this morning, folks. I was not feeling well. I just couldn't get up. I felt bad,
Well,
and
Dave, listen.
I was taking care of my wife, and it was just a tough. I'm gonna try my best to be more consistent, but I didn't do a show this morning. I didn't.
Well, that wasn't an excuse.
I know, but I hate missing, man. I hate missing. I know. I love to be. We have morning shows 6 days. Well, really 7, but 6 days out of the week is there. We have the 5 Cornbread Man show. Then we have the Cornbread Man and Biscuit Boy show on Saturday, which is you don't want to miss that. You never know what we're going to say on there.
This is true.
But I did hate missing. I just want to tell everybody it wasn't because I was being lazy. I just some medications you take just messes your stomach up.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just, I don't know, you get a little body ache going on. I didn't sleep good. I was kind of up and down all night. And I thought, I just can't do it today. I just can't do it. And I've kind of struggled with it all day. I'm better now, but I'll be good now. In the morning, I'll be good. But it was just, Lord willing, be good. But yeah, we also have the race, the dirt report tomorrow night with
interview
Chaser Boy in the house.
Yep.
And Marine and maybe Daryl, Midnight Rider. We have an interview. Oh, I need to tell you. You asked me that earlier. Who is the interview with?
I might even show up remotely. You never know.
Well, you'd be more than welcome always. Tomorrow will be the 25th.
It's a Wednesday night.
It's a Wednesday night. We got Jenny Godby. 6 p.m. Jenny Godby. And then on Thursday night, which is normal enough for me and Biscuit Boy, we have another one, I think. Nolan Wilson Racing at 6 p.m. So we'll do Thursday. We just do the interview. We'll chit chat a little bit quickly about race, sports, whatever. Then me and Paul's gonna be doing Cornbread Nation. Yep. Cornbread Nation show. Don't want to miss that.
No, you don't ever want to miss an episode of Cornbread Nation.
Fan mail.
You never know.
We got one in today.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it later. We'll share it. We'll share it Thursday.
Okay.
Fan mail. I love it. Send your fan mail to us. You can send it to our email. We'll print it off or write it out or whatever.
Send it to us. Most interesting.
WolfNation26 at yahoo.com is a good one. Or you can use SFP podcasting at gmail.com. Or if you want to send to the racing show. And that is SFP Racing Hour at gmail.com. I had to think about it. I don't get as many emails there, and then I have an email as well. But Wolf Nation 26, easy to remember, Wolf Nation 26 at Gmail or at Yahoo, at yahoo.com. Yahoo. And we'll check that. Thank you for the Brentley always stopping by. Thank you so much. Give you a shout out. And don't forget that this show is brought to you by Wolf Nation Coffee.
Best coffee you can.
Folks, I want to tell you, I have been so pleased with the coffees that we have at the podcast. I am so excited about where we're going with our coffees, and we've got some logos. If I can get the word out, they're going to be going on shirts and hats. We've got some up there already. Right. We're going to be featuring these very, very soon.
Yep.
But there it is, Wolf Nation Coffee. We have had so many compliments on the Wolf Nation logo and the Wolf Nation Coffee, and we appreciate all those who've been sending us promos, telling us they love it.
Hey, I will tell you what, the coffees, you can't beat them. I mean, there's so many different blends to choose from, and these are all gourmet coffees. The one that we just got through trying was the Whiskey Barrel.
Whiskey Barrel. I've got Bali Blue in the house blend,
Good
breakfast
stuff.
blend.
Yes.
And I think I've got a little sample pack of the Mexico blend. And they have been
Haven't tried that one.
excellent. I mean, they're all good. We got teas as well. The Earl Grey, as Captain Jean-Luc Picard would say.
Yes.
How many times I bet there has to be a number that somebody knows. How many times did Captain Jean-Luc Picard say tea Earl Grey on Star Trek Next Generation? I think that's all they ever drank. Like tea Earl Grey.
He liked him some Earl Grey. I know that.
It became like a little point. And remember the wolf nose. Feed your adventure. Feed your adventure. Get to Wolf. We've got Wolf Nation clothing, merchandise, and all that stuff available now. But we got more logos we got to get up. We got sayings that's going to be on there, and get some and share out with your. That's how you spread the word about the Wolf Nation podcast and Southern Patriots podcast.
And always remember to keep ascending.
And keep ascending. Paul is
Ascending
financial. Paul can be your can help get you to the right folks for all your financial planning needs, and everybody needs to plan.
That's right.
And save that money and keep people from getting it.
They just fail to plan.
That's it. He is ready to help with that. So we're looking forward to 3 interviews this week that we know. We have another one that is confirmed, but we don't have the date yet. We're waiting on somebody to agree, but it's going to be in a second week in April. I will announce that as soon as we have that date confirmed. It is an awesome charity, and we are so excited to have them coming on. And they should have had them before now. Their original response went to my spam.
Oh, wow.
I hate that. Like
it happens.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you go check your spam? I guess I should check more, but I was like, oh, you have to tell the system it's not spam. But he was like, oh, that's no problem, man. And so they're excited to come on, and I'm working on 2 more. 2 more. And
Those.
Yeah, and we've got more puppets coming. Uncle Jeb, Georgia Baba.
We got,
that's going to be happening really soon.
Me and Uncle Jeb. I have to tell you about that later.
Phone
wrestling thing.
Well, off screen, the clip, and I don't remember what show we did that in. The clip from the Redneck Army has just been generating more interest than I think I've ever seen just about any clip ever do for the podcast. It has elicited a lot of responses. There'll be a version 2 coming on that soon. If you haven't seen it, it's out there. And it's a little clip about what if America was invaded and what would good old boys do? And people have just really responded to that. Mostly 99% positive. One guy said it was a stupid idea because nobody would ever do that. And I'm thinking, you're the idiot that we have a problem with because you don't understand that it could happen. Some said they're already here. The enemy's already here. I get that. But I still think if America was weakened to a point, don't ever think that they couldn't parachute people and equipment and tanks from the skies. It could absolutely happen.
And it would be.
And California, as weak as rain as they are, they could carve out the western seaboard of the United States, and they would lay down their weapons and pull down their pants and say, we're sorry. Come on in. Am I wrong? Most people out there. Not all. Not BAM.
Think about this. What if, something like that happened? And I would love to see it happen, period. But all ethnicities, all that stuff is just put aside. We all come together as Americans.
Come together.
To defend our country. People, nobody'd stand a chance.
So if
you got, no, they wouldn't stand a chance.
Let's walk this a little bit. Say a foreign power got jiggy and they said, well, you know what? We hadn't invaded America before. Let's try it. If we could get a little slice out.
Yeah.
So if they hit certain states, it would be not good for them. Some states it might be good. If they hit Georgia, for instance, where I live and you have lived, and you don't live far from the state line. If they hit Georgia, what do you think the response would be? I think it'd be very strong that people would raise arms and defend their state.
Yeah, they'd realize they should not have done that because you're not only going to be fighting people from Georgia. You got South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky.
They're all going to rally and help each other.
They'll all be.
And even though there's the loser that's called Atlanta, and I'm not sorry. Atlanta is just, there's some great people there, but there's a lot of idiots. And they have idiot ideas for our state. There's still enough good old boys and people that care in the general area that we could overcome how weak as water they are in Atlanta. But let's say they hit.
Well, if we all come together, even in the urban areas, you've got those gang members they're tough people. They're, in my opinion, they don't do things that anybody should do. But God love them. We need to pray for them.
Yeah, what if they hit like Washington State, the Portland area?
they'd take over Portland in a heartbeat.
That's what I think.
But
There would be
about as
people in the
far as they
outliers,
get.
Idaho and different areas. There'd be people coming who would stem the tide of their going forward.
Right.
But Portland would be done.
Yeah, they would take over easily. Portland. I mean, I don't think they would even meet any resistance. You know, they would have people want to know if they needed their temples massaged and, you know, all that good stuff. You know, could I pack you a bowl or whatever? But
hang on here just a minute, Paul. Let me take
All
a
right.
call.
All
Keep talking, brother. I'm gonna just.
no, that's fine. That's fine.
I got
you know, I don't think that there would be a whole lot of resistance, but you know, I could be wrong. I know that there are you know, militias all over that area, but you know, we've all got to stand up at that point, you know, and fight for our country. And we've got a lot of people in our country that are illegal. And you know, I read a story about a man. He decided to self-deport himself. Self-deport. He did so. It took him about 2 weeks. Now he's back here in the United States with his family, and he is legal, and he don't have to be looking over his shoulder. It took him 2 weeks. So, you know, if people are in this country illegally and they want to stay here legally, then go through that process. You know, this might have been, you know, one of the faster ones, but, you know, it is possible to have it done, you know, within a month. And yeah, it's inconvenient compared to what? I mean, being caught.
I'm sorry, I hit the wrong thing.
You're fine.
Your
bro.
sound would have went down, and I forgot to move the mic anyway. So hopefully that it.
Quite all right.
Your booming voice is fine.
I have a tendency to project myself.
But when I drop the
Rather
thing
well.
down, it cancels. So I forgot the mic is connected to my side. So, hey, we're not perfect.
Well,
We make
maybe they
mistakes.
can read my lips. You know,
Read my lips. No
more
new,
taxes.
no more taxes.
Yeah,
no new taxes.
New taxes.
Yeah. Hello to you there on Instagram. We appreciate you. Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick,
All of them.
X. Thank you. We have gained a lot on many of those platforms, and we thank you
Yeah.
for following us or checking us out. You may be new to the program. We have a lot of fun here at the old
We do.
Radio Ranch,
We
and
do.
we do a lot of different kinds of things. We're a hard podcast to define, which I find that to be great.
I don't want to be defined.
People say, "Well, what
I don't
are you?"
wanna be
I get
predictable.
asked this all the time. What is your podcast? What's it about? I said, well,
Yeah.
it's many things. We're not a one-stop shop. We have many interests. We do everything from pets to politics to
Parasite.
people, parasites, music.
Yeah.
Tonight will be the music show as well. We're going to
Yep.
talk about
Music.
continue the conversation about Fleetwood Mac. We'll pick a new year and 3 albums from Dave's Vault will be talked about on the Southern Fried Soundstage. And we love to talk music. So we love comedy, puppets, you name it.
We like it all.
Wolf Nate, outdoor adventure. If you're a hiker or someone who is an adrenaline junkie and you're climbing walls, jumping over things,
Send us video.
yeah, come talk to us. Come
Yeah.
on the air.
Yeah, we'd love to
We
highlight you.
we have a huge racing interest with NASCAR, dirt track, all kinds of racing.
Yep.
And interview series off of that. We have a book club, Wolf Nation Book Club. That's where our author series comes in. Annie Cyrus is a new. She's an author already, but she has a new book.
Yep.
So Thursday will be a part of that. That's part of our Wolf Nation Book Club.
And we're going to do cryptids and ghost hunts.
Cryptids,
All that good stuff. You know, just
yeah.
whatever floats your boat. You know, we're going to try to float that way.
My wife used to say that for years, and early when we were dating.
Yeah.
In the early years of our marriage, and I would say something about, you want to do this or whatever. And Lynn she would say this all the time. She'd say, "Whatever floats your boat."
Yeah.
And I would say that's not an answer. I want to know what you feel about this. I want to know, am I on the right track here? You know, I've never been married before, you know?
Right.
And so I come to find out that generally she was okay. I mean, okay. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. We're good.
That's it.
You know.
One way to trick the opposite sex is to
Which
say,
this is a good segue.
I'm taking you to your favorite restaurant.
Yeah, our topic tonight is going to involve dating and some questions about that.
Right.
That we've never really approached. But anyway, so yeah, the restaurant thing is not good.
Well, I mean, you just say, hey, I'm taking you to your favorite restaurant tonight. You'll find out one way or another.
So that
what
means
our favorite restaurant is.
So that means we're going here.
There you go.
I didn't know you wanted to go to that restaurant tonight. Sure.
Now you know.
Now you know. So on the Wolf Nation show tonight, I wanted to ask the question, in a pretend world, you may not be married, but it could be for your kid or whatever you would think.
Right.
So I saw this question and I've been mulling it over in my mind. So as a female or a male, if you went to that person's house or apartment or trailer, doesn't matter to me, wherever they live.
Right.
Hopefully not in a van down by the river eating cheese.
Exactly.
But if, or it could be, but if you went to their house, what is something you would, if you saw it, you'd be going, I can't wait for the day to be over because I ain't never going out with this person again. They're off the list of consideration for an extended relationship and or certainly marriage is out. What would that be as a man, Biscuit Boy, if you went to their house and you went, oh, okay, I think I'm done here. And let your mind go wild.
Maybe,
remembering we are a family program
swastikas on the wall or something.
Oh yeah.
That would be
shocking.
Yeah, that would be a deterrent. Maybe you go in to use the restroom and there's a shaving cream and a razor on the sink.
Well, don't women use that though?
Yeah, but it's normally in the tub where they shave their legs. They don't stick their feet in the sink. I don't know. Some women might, just throw their leg up there and do it that way. I don't know.
You might need some clarification on that. There could be extenuating circumstances here.
Could be, but just these are little. That's the little things. That's the little.
It's like, hey, you got some shaving cream here on the sink.
Yep.
Mind if I use it?
Yeah.
Little things.
Say you go into the restroom, to use the restroom. We all have to do that, especially when you're nervous, if you happen to be nervous in that situation. And maybe there's syringes laying around.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Paul.
I don't, if they've got one of those Michael Myers hockey masks hanging by their bed.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know.
So let's say you go in and you're in the in the living room and everything. She says, "I'm gonna get a little more comfortable. I'll be back." And you say, "Cool, no problem." And she comes out and she's in an elven outfit, like she's an elf from the woods or something. Would that maybe knock her out, or you're like, hey, this is pretty exciting? Or what would it make you think? Like, it really. I guess that depends. Now these are all hypotheticals. They're all hypothetical. We're just saying,
The correct answer would be my wife would look great in that, and she would.
Well, we're not talking about your wife.
I know. If you were, I'm just saying.
Yeah, hypothetical.
I won't
so that might be a nice anniversary rendezvous with your wife or something. If she decides to whip out the elven outfit, and say, "Let's play Dungeons and Dragons, big boy."
I've never been called Elf Lord or anything like that before,
So
a little nod to NCIS. If you know, you know. Timmy was the elf lord. Just saying. So now, that would be wow. I couldn't answer that right now. I mean, that's one of those things you don't know what's going to happen until it happens.
For a woman, if they, and I saw this happen once. I couldn't believe it. I was 17 years old.
Right.
And I went to these people's house and I worked with one, and we're having a good time. And
right.
I mean, we're talking for quite a bit, and I noticed some of the questions were a little bit pointed. It's kind of like a good old boy kind of questions, like, making sure you're like, we believe on the same track, like we're against these things, we're for these things. But after a point, I felt like I was being a little bit interrogated. But hey, the beer was free, so I'm like, okay, Well, then all of a sudden the guy goes, "Hey, we want you." What do you mean you want me? We want you in our club.
What club would that be?
And he says, "Well, I'm a Grand Wizard in that organization." I went, "Oh, okay, joke's over. It's been nice."
Yeah.
But come on, man. Don't be pulling my leg. He goes, "No." And they went and got the uniform out of the closet. And I went, "Whoa." And I'm thinking, am I going to get out of here alive? That's where you don't want to go back.
Yeah.
And then they said, "You're not going to tell anybody about this." I said, "Are you kidding? I don't want to tell nobody about it."
Tell them what?
Tell them what? Yeah, I'm out of here. That's where you don't go back. Never did,
No, I would.
That's their gig, not mine. Don't want nothing to do with it.
No.
Somebody said if you went to a girl's house and you were dating her and you walk in the house and there's a dude there.
Well, I mean, who is this dude?
You might want to stay around long enough to find out.
How big a boy is he?
Just how big a boy are you? The guy says, "Hey, you're late for our date."
Yeah.
It's like, well, our date went a little long. You'd be thinking, I think there's a conflict here.
Definitely. That would be our last date. I can guarantee you that. There would be no more. Say, well, she had a good dinner, buddy. She's all yours. That's it.
There was a guy, and he shouldn't have ever told it, honestly.
Well,
he's a good old boy.
We're notorious for that.
Yeah, I mean, he was he liked to go do karaoke singing. He was a big, good looking young man.
Right.
He had that cowboy look. He had that, seriously, like he could put on the cowboy hat and he looked the part.
He looked like George Strait.
Well, even more tough. Like, I mean, nothing against George Strait, but he looked more masculine, I even say, than him.
All right.
And great guy, but he told people at work, and by the way, folks, there is too much information that you can tell people at work. There's things you shouldn't tell people at work.
Yes, and other places.
Places.
TMI is it's real.
He tells his boss and everybody else that his girlfriend works at a strip club. Not a good idea to do at the workplace.
No.
Because then his boss, who was a big cut up anyway, he started running the joke that I'm gonna take off one night while you're at work, and I'm gonna go down to that strip club and I'm gonna stop and get $100 worth of ones, and I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't mind it, thinking about that he didn't know who it was, but the thought that it could be his boss tore him up. The guy's just jerking him around.
Right.
So one night the boss is out on a work night, and so
it's eating him up.
Being the kind of guys we are, we said, "Hey," all we did was plant the seed. "Hey, you don't reckon he went down that strip club, do you?" And he's like, No.
I bet you.
No, he wouldn't do that. And we're like, "Well, is she working tonight?" And he said, "Yeah, she's working." "How do you know she's not there or he's not there?" So he
said he had something planned.
We started throwing stuff. So at first it starts getting to him. He says, "I'm going to call her. I'll shut you guys up. I'm going to call her." So he calls down to the club. She's not there. She's not at work.
Oh no!
So he calls the apartment.
Yeah.
He thinks nobody answers. So then we really poured it on.
Him up now.
Oh man, he brought that $100 of ones in there. and they've hit the town, dude. So
Yeah, were there any hotels between here and
so he finally gets
Oh,
so
no.
tore up.
Wow.
So tore up by about 4 a.m. he leaves. He says he just leaves work. He says, I got to go. He tells the fill-in boss, I got to go. And so he goes home, and we're thinking, wow. So we don't see him till the next night. We just went home after the shift. Well, what happened was she wasn't feeling well, so she went home, went to bed. She was asleep. But boy, did we have fun with that boy for a night.
Oh,
I mean, man, he just knew he was going to go home and find her out on the town with this guy.
Wow.
And the boss is out. So we told him when he got back to expect it, because, like we had him going there saying. And so what he does is he goes up to the guy and he said, don't even start. I already know what happened. She wasn't feeling good. She went home and went to bed. He said, is that what she told you? Well, I'm pretty sure she was home by 3 o'clock.
I'm glad she told you that.
Yeah. So it kind of stirred it up a little bit more.
Oh, man.
So he calls back home, that night. And she's like, well, you let it go. Like, come on. I'm your girlfriend.
Some guys are just that insecure, man.
Probably not the type of guy that needs a girl that does strip club.
I don't.
Which I wouldn't want that.
I'm sorry,
either.
but,
Not judging. I just wouldn't want that.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
Paul's got to visit the man.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. We thank you all for being here, and we hope your week is going well. The weather has been absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. It's just awesome as we inch into spring. Little showers here and there. That's all a part of it, and we need it. We've already mowed our grass once. It's about ready for another one. There's, that's that time of year. Bugs will be out. Critters that we don't like. Be careful out in them woods. With ticks. That's the thing I always worry about. And, check the kiddos. Make sure they're good as we get deeper into the summer. And, enjoy this time, Pray for our nation. Pray for our troops. We hope things wrap up over there pretty soon. Get our boys and girls at least away from that conflict zone and just patrolling the high seas of some place around the world as we do. But let's get them out of there. Really hate about the aircraft hitting the Mercy vehicle. Big mess up there. I don't know who, but horrible ending for those pilots. Horrible. I mean, you can just hear the fear in the tower and everything that's going on with that. It was just a horrible, horrible incident. And communication is always key to anything. But if you got a jet doing 125 miles an hour coming in for a landing, hello, broski, you do not need a mix-up on the track, daytime or not. I was reading the comments of a lot of guys that said that they go, look, right, left, right. You always double check. But anyway, our topic tonight,
right, left, right,
is that if you go to your date's house, and that I do not know, broski. I do not know. Don't know anything about them yet. But our topic tonight is if you went to your date's house, apartment, whatever, what would you see that would make you go, I'm out? Paul has said many things. We've just approached the idea that you get there and there's another dude there. Or if it's a guy, what if there's another female?
right.
If it's a girl, what if it's, the guy has another girl at that? There's a lot of scenarios here, that you might say, what's going on here?
Yeah, there's, or, you're something that you see inside of the his or her apartment.
Sure.
Or
things that were said, or as you understand about people that you go, oh. So like say, I know people do, they try to evaluate before they go out, but honestly, you ask somebody out, or they ask you out. It's kind of both ways nowadays.
Right.
You say, okay, we can go out to eat or whatever. We can go to a movie, whatever. And so you don't really know a lot about them. You may have even worked around them, but you don't know them. Not real well. Let's say you go out, you dinner, you come back to her apartment, or for I'm saying her because two guys sitting here, and in the course of the after time of talking over sodas or whatever you're doing, you find out that she says, "I don't believe there's a God." Do you go out with her again, or do you say that's too much for me? I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, and
I would.
Do you just witness and do you leave it at that, or do you?
I would talk to her definitely. I would definitely talk to her. I would witness to her until she asked me to leave.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Would you pursue the relationship further if
I would continue to pray for her?
Yeah,
and depending upon how open she was, I would invite her to church. That would be the next date that I would have with her would be a church date.
Yeah. So. Good answer, I think. Yeah, real good. I think when you don't know what you're going to encounter,
Yeah.
I was at a luncheon one time. It wasn't a luncheon per se. It was lunch. It was a conference. I was at a conference, a work conference. And somebody turned to me. I couldn't believe this happened at work. Not that we were going to, I'm just saying if this had been someone I was single and that person was, I would have been like, wow.
Yeah.
But the person turned to me at work and said, out of nowhere, asked me if I believed in abortion. And I simply said, I'm pro-life. And they turned from me and sort of put their back to me the rest of the conference. And basically said, I can't see how anybody could be like that. To me, that would be, I can't deal with that because I'm a big believer. I know these may be extreme, but not so extreme. It happens. I'm a big believer in being pro-life. I don't ever hide that. I'll never hide that.
Right.
I don't put down people or judge people who have went the other way. I'm just saying for me, I'm always going to be pro-life. And that was very shocking to happen at work, but also how they treated me, just because I simply answered the question and said, I'm pro-life.
Well, I don't know how to say it any other way, but, demons don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't. And I'm not saying that everybody that believes in abortion is demonic, but there's a lot of demonic activity within that movement because it goes against everything.
Well, there have been groups that have went to state, the state house and stood there and chanted "Hail Satan" as a pro-abortion group. I mean, it has happened at places around the country.
I don't doubt that.
So, I mean, there certainly, can be that. So anyway,
Baal worship, Moloch. All of these things are real, people. I mean, come on, they're real. That just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it's not here today. Because these things are, I'm not going to say eternal, but the time passes differently for them. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. So I mean, you do run into people, and they, you don't know anything about them. They have an opinion. They change.
I agree, Bruce.
And somebody says something to you, and you're like, wow, I was really hopeful about us continuing the relationship, or at least trying to. But that right there, and I think it goes back to the expression we used to have here in the South, and it may be around the world, but certainly here in the South, you would hear this said. There's some girls you just don't take home to mama. And I'm not putting down females, folks, when I say that. It'll be the same for guys. It's just, you better have a really good candidate to bring home to visit the family, or they're not going to be real happy with that. Candidate, I mean, it doesn't mean you're going to marry them, but if it progressed down that point, because they're always going to go, is that going to be my son-in-law or daughter-in-law? Is that what I'm seeing right here? Because that could be very hard in the family if you're bringing somebody around that goes against the total values of your family that you've been raised with.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot.
Well, they could be warning them too. Saying, hey, you sure you know? I've had that happen to me. I had my family warn, You know, my wife now, my family warned her. You know what you're getting yourself into. You know, and
she says, "I love him."
God love her, yeah.
And God's got a plan.
What an amazing God we serve. All I can say.
But you just never know what.
Don't deserve her at all.
Amen. Amen. You just never know what's behind the curtain, man. You just don't know what you're going to walk into, or the situation you're going to walk into. One of the things I've always told my girls, I didn't have daughters, but I had, granddaughters, several. I've always told them, any guy that you think is a guy, even to date, even to go out to, watch how this guy treats his mama.
Mm-hmm.
And if that guy treats his mama bad, you're doomed. It's over.
Run.
If he's not going to treat his mama right, he's not going to treat you right.
Right.
And you hope that drills in somewhat. I'm not saying that they'll listen to me just because Grandpa said it, but there are things that you learn about people and you're like, whoa. And there's things you learn that might be like, whoa, this is confirming. But the topic tonight was things you see or hear or whatever that you think, we are not going to date number 2 or 3, depending on the time that you went to their house or you learn more about them. Hey, I will tell you a guy, and he's rest in peace, my friend. And I've told this on the air before, but he liked the girl, but he went to her house.
Yeah.
To visit her mama and dad and sister, siblings, and all that. And
Meet
they put on the spread. I mean, like they had food, but the chicken, I think I told you this before. I don't know if I haven't. I've said it on air. They cooked the fried chicken in the skillet. It's not good for you, but I'm a fan of the skillet fried chicken. I mean,
I love me some fried chicken.
Good. But here's the problem. When they served the chicken, they just picked up the skillet and put it on the table in the grease.
Okay.
And so when they picked up the chicken to put on his plate, there is just grease dripping off of it.
Okay.
And on his plate. And
they put it on top of a big mound of mashed potatoes?
No, they just set it on the plate.
Oh. Was there mashed potatoes on the plate?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But he decided
these are
ate it.
Factors.
He ate it and it destroyed him. I mean, it hurt him, made him sick.
Really?
So he said, I'm not going out with her again because I can't handle the chicken, the greasy chicken.
Wow.
He told me that.
Wow.
You're
saying
saying serve it up, baby.
Yeah, I mean, if it's greasy chicken, but if it's mashed taters with it, that's just like gravy. That's the way I look at it. I've been all over that.
I'm sorry, I've been talking, but this is a great comment. Absolutely, man. I mean, you got to protect yourself. I mean, come on,
Yeah, I said that earlier. That was one of the things. If I went into her bathroom, saw needles, all over the bathroom counter or whatever, you bolt. Trust me.
Yeah. I think there are people that have went on a date, went to meet the family and saw the family too and said, ooh, I ain't dealing with that.
Well, I've heard say, if you want to know what your girlfriend's going to look like in 30 years, go meet her mom. You know what I mean? I have heard that. And I've heard it said, if you want to know what your husband's going to be like, go meet their dad, his dad, whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't always work out so well.
It don't. But I have heard that. That is said a lot. I've said it.
All I can say is my wife's mother must have been one beautiful lady.
Amen.
She must have been one beautiful lady.
And folks, this is a real deal. And I know there's some idiots out there that just hate kids, but sometimes because I know this is a real deal. I've seen it break up marriages even. Right. When you meet a person and they have, let's say their children are already teenagers or even almost should be on their own, but not.
Right.
And they become a drain on the family because they're lazy, no good for nothing bums.
Right.
And it becomes a financial argument between the couple because she won't handle the situation. Husband wants to, but she says no.
Yeah, you leave my boy alone.
Leave my boy alone, and I've seen that break up more than one marriage.
You've seen the movie Step Brothers?
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh well, you don't want to watch. I mean, it's raunchy. It is, but I did watch it. Here a while back, but anyway, yeah.
That time frame changed a little
So
no judging here, man.
Anyway, the movie is hilarious. It's pretty foul, but it is hilarious. And it's about what you just said. The guy and the woman meet. Each one of them have a grown son, like in their 40s. All right, still lives at home, acts like they're 12. And the way it's hilarious. I mean, one of them's got a drum set. Don't you ever touch my drum set. And then, they want to know, you want to go practice ninja moves, it's hilarious. All kinds of things. The movie is just, it's Will Ferrell. I'll put it that way. It's Will Ferrell and the same guy that he was in Talladega Nights with. I forget his name. Anyway.
Another names to be nameless, because one of them's still living. But if you called up a girl on the phone to arrange the date, you got the number through a friend. Let me raise my hand. I was the friend because
right.
I'll just say that I helped.
You're right, broski.
I set it up. And so I get back to work and the guy goes, "What did you do to me, dude?" And I'm like, "What?" I said, "You wanted a date. I know this girl." Anyway, he said, "Dude, come on, man." He said, "She belched more beer than I've ever belched, man, in one phone conversation." He said, "Was she an alcoholic?" I said, "Look, they like to have a few after work, but you against the girl having a beer?" He said, "A beer?" He said, "I think she was about 12 cans into the case when I talked to her."
Wow.
He said, "I had to make all kind of excuses why we couldn't go out, that I decided to go back and get with my old girlfriend." And
wow.
He thought I set him up. I said, "No, I thought it would be okay, but no."
Why don't you go for something like that, On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. Velociraptor. You're in my mind, man. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he thought I set him up. I was like, "No, man, no. Look, if you got with her, you got with her. I don't care." So then because he didn't, someone else I will name,
right,
come back to me because that was their friend, and they're like, "What are y'all up to?" "I'm not up to nothing. I just passed along a number. Check me out of this clown circus. Yeah. I'm out. The clown show, man." I'm like, "Leave me alone." And so for like 2 weeks, for 2 weeks, I'm hearing it from him. I'm hearing it from others. And I'm like, "Leave me alone. I just passed along a number."
Yeah,
I've never tried to play matchmaker.
If you were a chick, who's the one guy you would sleep with?
John Stamos.
That's in the movie.
Oh, it's in the movie?
Yeah. All of that stuff that Broski's putting on there is in the movie. It's hilarious. Some of it is. Yeah, the good housekeeping is the one about the other question there. I'm not going to bring up on, but it's hilarious. It's funny. Hello, Mr. Jeremy.
I've never saw it, but I will take your word on it.
It's awesome. It is. It's a funny movie.
People coming in the studio making all kinds of racket. One of them being a granddaughter.
With a tube.
Teenager tube. We got the dog barking next door, our favorite friend.
Yes.
So if you hear sounds, we've been invaded. Now they depart and leave us alone.
Quiet again on the home front.
All is quiet on the home front.
Except for the dog.
Have you ever lived next? I mean, that could be one that puts you off too. If you go, let's say, here's one. You go to the lady's house and she's got 10 cats. Are you in or out?
I'm not even in the front door. No. I would have picked that up on the date, I guarantee you, because everything she owns probably smells like cat urine. You know?
I almost couldn't ask it because I knew what you were going to say.
Yeah. That's.
What if she likes snakes and she's got like some, 2 or 3 tanks with some really big, snakes, boas and stuff?
I could deal with that. I mean, snakes are not, that bad. Do I want to, have a 30-foot long snake that I want to play with named Jekyll and Hyde or whatever? No, I don't.
Just thinking that's you eventually get married, you're in bed, and she says, "Oh my God!" You say, "What? One of the boas is missing. I don't know where it's at. How in the heck do you sleep?"
Dad. Yeah. Yeah. How we know? I'll tell you how I'd sleep in the back seat. That's how I'd sleep. I'm not going to.
Oh, there's just some things I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, I know.
Cats, hamsters, ferrets. What about a bird? A parakeet or a parrot?
Yeah. She'd probably run me off. I'd be fascinated with the bird. You pay more attention to that bird than you do me.
Oh. So in your life,
yep.
How do you approach, saying this delicately, we're thinking previously, or how would you, that, you always, as a man, you always get the obligatory chick flick that you've got to sit through. The romance kind of movie that you're like, I'd rather see Stallone blowing away some enemy,
Yeah, any of the expensive.
But you have to watch the, I don't know, Sleepless in Seattle or whatever it is that, how do you approach that? How do you deal with that? You just go with the flow?
Just go do it, yeah.
Just go do it?
Yeah.
Try not to fall asleep?
Just go do it. I want to tell you what, that's a problem that I have always had. You can ask my wife. We turn a movie on, 10 minutes in, I'm out. I am out. I don't know why.
Is that the thing you say, like off the bat, right off the jump, was like, I'm pretty tired. I didn't sleep good last night, so I'll try to get through as much of this as I can.
Yeah. I'll let them.
I won't promise anything, but you start putting your hand on your head on your hand, like, looking at her like, I'm getting kind of tired. I don't know if I can make it to the end of this movie.
I don't know if I put my head on your shoulder.
Yeah. I just can't keep my eyes open.
Well,
have you ever watched one that you thought, this is going to be bad, but you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, I have. I can't name it, but I have.
I knew someone that said they went to their dates the first time at their house, take it for whatever, and they sat for 2 hours watching cartoons. Grown 40 somethings.
Cartoons? What were we talking? Pink Panther here? Or
Tom and Jerry, stuff like that.
I could go for some good Scooby-Doo cartoons.
She was not
Tom
impressed.
And Jerry, Bugs Bunny.
She was not impressed.
Wasn't impressed.
No. Bored to death.
Oh, I can only imagine.
2 hours.
2 hours.
I think it was.
2 hours of cartoons.
Yeah.
Wow. And how old was it? 40?
Late 30s, early 40s, something like that,
Was his parents out of town or something?
I don't know.
Making her think that his parents' house was his house. Who lives down here in the basement? That's my pad, baby.
Isn't it amazing? Because listen, no two couples or any other couple are totally compatible. In fact, sometimes they say opposites attract.
Oh, they do.
And you're always going to find stuff that you're like, but you adjust, you compromise or whatever. But in that, isn't it amazing that we do get together, because there are, as you know people more, there are things that just drive you batty. I mean, you're like, oh, especially women to men, I'm sure, because of things they do. But we do build that relationship, and as a Christian, you're loving your one twain, you're loving your spouse. And I'm not saying they're horrible things, but there's always going to be little things, and but we work it out. We give each other space. We find we find common ground, and we do give in to the needs of the other so that they feel fulfilled. And I'm not talking about sexual even. I'm talking about they have a way to express themselves, to grow themselves.
Yeah.
And each side needs that. And to have alone time. Some people need alone time. And some people are jealous of the alone time that someone has. Yeah. But you got to have that.
Well, I think each, in a marriage, you should complement one another. And usually the best way that you complement one another is that you are completely different. What is lacking here, you have, and what you're lacking, they have. And I found that works, with me and my wife, we complement one another.
Well, it should,
And, marriage is compromise. I mean, you can't be a grown toddler, and get everything that you want all the time. It just does not work that way. Trust me, I've tried. But compromise. That's and you don't go nuclear. You don't pull that nuclear option. Listen, you're mad at me. All right, I'll go upstairs. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. That's not an option.
And as you grow together, some of those things you become more alike too.
Yes.
You develop similar interests, which are now bonded. So,
you want to see your spouse be happy. You want to see them succeed in everything that they do. Sure. I am my wife's biggest cheerleader. I want her. I mean, even when we're playing pickleball, I want her to beat me. When we're playing basketball, I want her to beat me, and she does it most of the time. So I'm saying that, so that you won't think less of me. No, I'm just joking. But my wife is a great competitor, and she enjoys, getting out and doing those things. And I just love, being able to do it with her.
Just Howie clap for the winner at the pickleball,
Yeah. No, Howie brings a Frisbee to whoever walks out the gate first. He knows when the game's over. As soon as that gate opens, he knows it's his turn. So he'll grab, there's usually 2 Frisbees. And the reason why there's 2 is because when you throw one, when he brings it back, if you got another one in your hand, he'll drop the other one. If not, he's going to stand there and get it all slobbery and everything. He won't let go of it. But he's funny. I can tell, if he drops it too far away, I'll tell him no, and he'll bring it closer, and then eventually he'll throw it at me. The Frisbee is funny.
Well, you got to develop those. Routines so that
Yeah.
Because you gotta work in the dog's world. You gotta know how they're thinking, and they'll adapt to you. But there's also things that it just works for you to do it a certain way, and then they get used to that routine. Yep. Animals are very much about routines.
Oh yeah. And they take cues from us. I mean, animals are more in tune with our bodies at any given time than we are. Your dog can tell when your heartbeat elevates. They can tell, when you're sick. They can smell infection. They can do a lot of different things. Howie knows when I'm not feeling well. He knows when, I still every once in a while will have a bout with atrial fibrillation.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it used to be, but when that happens, Howie can sense that, and he'll stay with me. His mother's the same way, you know.
That's cool.
Yep.
I've read so many stories about animals that went and found help.
Yeah.
For
I've had that happen to me. I actually, growing up, I had a Labrador Retriever named Duchess, and she went with me. We were inseparable. She went with me when I was riding horses, motorcycles, whatever, she was with me. And I had a bad wreck out. I had trails all through the woods, back in our property and stuff. I had a bad wreck, and she ran back to the house and started barking at the back door until my dad came to the back door, and then she went up and grabbed him and started pulling him, and he knew something was going on, and he followed her all the way to me.
Wow.
She was a good dog. I've been blessed with good animals. I've had the privilege of training some really good animals in my life.
What was the favorite dog that you had growing up? That
would have been Duchess.
Well, okay.
And then I would say Howie is number one. I mean, he is.
Yeah.
Howie's number one. I say that now because but not back then. But Howie's been just a blessing to me and my wife. I mean, he really has been a big blessing to us.
Well, and that's what animals should be for us, besides animals that we, they feed us, in different ways. Could be milk, eggs, their own meat, whatever. Yeah. But you have those pets, and they should bring that into your life. Let's spin this around a little bit. If you were the store manager of a box store, without using a name, what kind of support animals are acceptable and what kind are not that you're going to let in the door of your store, knowing you're going to tick off somebody because they're trying to bring in what they say is their support animal that they got to have to shop with?
Well, number one, there would be no support cats.
Okay.
I mean, really, a support cat? Come on. Dogs at least lead the blind around and do different things like that. You know what I mean? I could see a dog doing something. You don't see cats leading people around. You just don't.
This is my support black cat.
Yeah. This is a support chimpanzee I could see.
Okay.
I can see that. A support cheetah, no. Once again, it's a cat, but
are there dog sizes that would be out? Like, it's just really, come on.
Chihuahua, I mean, come on. What's a Chihuahua going to do?
And what does it support?
Exactly. What does it support? Nothing. It barely supports itself.
I've seen at box stores people bring snakes in, huge dogs, monkeys, cats.
No snakes. Why? No. Call DoorDash or whatever.
I'm sorry, but you cannot bring that boa constrictor in here or that rattlesnake or
exactly. I could understand
a pig.
I could understand that. Pigs are actually as smart, if not smarter, than dogs are. Pigs are very intelligent. Just look at Arnold Ziffel. Now, there's a name from the past.
Are you going to let in a big pot belly pig or just the small pigs? Or, I mean, I'd be afraid.
I wouldn't want a 400 pounder to come waddling through or anything.
Like they're riding them?
Yeah.
They got like a little saddle or something on them, and they're riding. God, this is my mobile. This is my disability mobilization.
This is my
vehicle.
My hover hog. My hover hog here. No.
The hover hog.
Yeah.
I can just see that rolling through down the aisles.
looked like Mongo come riding in on the hover hog. Can you imagine the person on the back of the hover hog? What would that person be like?
Well, not spiders. No spiders, even in containers. Like I'm bringing in my support tarantula.
No,
That would
no,
that would be out.
That no. And the horses, no, they're too big. I would want to, anybody bringing a cow in or anything like that. Clean up would just be terrible.
We need to clean up on aisle 12. The horse took a dump.
No, if they brought the animal in, they clean it up. That's the way I see it.
I can just see some cowboy riding in. He's about 3 sheets to wind. Yeah.
Yeah. You got any poop bags?
Well, you've got those.
Is that for you or the horse?
You've got those for the umbrellas. Maybe you have that for the support animal. You got the.
Wow.
Oh, you have to decide these things. You have to decide what.
I can see a support parrot.
Support parrot.
Yeah, at least they can talk. I don't know if they would tell you the right information you'd want to know. They might tell you to turn left when you need to turn right.
What if somebody wanted to ride their lawnmower through because they said there was no disabled carts available, but I have my lawnmower, the blades are turned off, and I'm just going to roll through this stuff.
Say, no, you're not.
Zero turn, baby.
No, yeah. You better whip it around, Willie. That ain't happening. All I can picture is George Jones now riding down the highway on his 3 sheets in the wind going to the liquor store, We stop at Walmart here.
Oh, man, that kills me.
Wow.
You just never know when you're watching a door what somebody's going to try to do, like
That's
what
true.
you're. I've seen it, man. I've seen it.
I bet.
A goat.
Once again, no. No.
What about a guy dressed as a goat? Or
I believe
like in was it Tom Selleck when they did the about the old TV show, and they're playing with them goat leggings, and Dan Aykroyd's like, stop. It was a great. What was that called? Oh my gosh, Dragnet. And he's playing with those leggings. Some dude comes in. He's got the goat leggings on. He's got the other on. Got the hat.
Goat leggings. Of all the things.
It's like, excuse me, sir. We need to see you over here.
Yeah. That's one person where an ambulance might be their best ride.
Did you see the video of the lady who's trying to act like a dog, and the dog attacks her and starts biting her?
No.
Like if the dog freaks out.
I bet.
She's over there barking down on her hands and knees, barking, wearing all the little dog ears and whatever, barking. The dog.
She's pretty much agging the dog.
She's trying to communicate with the dog, and the dog says,
communicate.
Starts biting her.
Yeah. Wow.
Like danger, danger, Will Robinson.
What it takes special people to. But you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's just the way it is.
Of all the things that I've seen at the box store, and it wasn't funny, but it was funny, and it's one of those where
it was hilarious.
Well, you just have to. It's just life, and you have to let it go, and you have to I'm running by the store, and I see a guy peeing in the front of the store, facing, and he looks back, and he's like,
"So,
hey, no." He's like, "Hey, man, I tried. I just couldn't make it, man. I was going to soak myself if I didn't." And by the time I was there, he was finishing up.
Wow.
What do you do?
It happens.
I said, try to make it next time.
Yeah. Try better next time.
I hope nobody saw that, because he did shield himself.
Right.
And I know that there are people that I know that have done that and just couldn't make it. But
yeah, there's nothing I would say.
I mean,
quite
it
as
happens,
embarrassing, you know.
But it is. I mean, it's a public. I mean, it's you can't do that. But I mean, I will at my home or off the back porch. You know what he reminded me of? What was the black guy on? He was on Saturday Night Live, and he was all. And they always got him to play. He was the one that would say baseball. He looked like that guy.
Baseball very good to me.
Yeah, he looked like that guy. So I'm trying not to laugh because he's kind of laughing himself, but he's like, "Come on, man, I just couldn't make it."
Couldn't make it.
I was like, "I don't want nothing to do with this." I said, "My job is parking lot."
Talking about first dates. I saw some video. I can't remember what it was, but this girl, apparently she's over at the guy's house, and she's looking at something like a fish tank or something, and she sneezes. When she sneezes, she spray paints the wall. Oh my God. Wow. Could you imagine something like that? I'm sorry. That visual just got me. It was.
I've seen those videos where they're made up, but it's funny.
Right.
Where it's showing the inside of a door and it says, first date for the girl. And she opens the door and shuts the door and then lets like a 2-minute gas go.
Yeah.
I knew someone, they're deceased now, God rest them. I loved them to death. The whole time they were married, this is what I was told. She would never pass gas in front of her husband. She'd walk outside. Really? Never.
Wow.
I never had that problem.
You'll say
I come from a family that's like let her rip tater chip.
Well,
unless we're like a church or
hilarious. Every time she'd let one rip, she'd say, "Here's a kiss for you."
We were at the hospital one time. Sometimes funny things can happen in the middle of a horrible situation.
Wow, they can.
And this was, my mom was slowly passing, and it was a hard time.
Right.
And Josh was there, and he's laying around. Everywhere Josh goes, he'd lay down and sleep and snore because he never slept good because he needs to, wear the CPAP.
Right.
And he'll get it, but he refuses to wear it all the time. So anyway, he's over there snoring. And somewhere in our group, we'll rename nameless,
right?
Someone very close to me. I guess it is, as they would always tell me, it just hit me. They let loose, and there's we're on one side of like a barrier, then there's another waiting area, like it's the family waiting area.
Right.
They let go of one that was, I'd say some men would be real proud of.
A little longer than it should have been.
So I'm sitting here like, oh my God. So that person is looking at me laughing, like it cracked them up.
Right.
Josh wakes up and is like, golly, there's a guy. There's a guy. What killed me about the whole thing?
Yeah.
There was a guy I couldn't see him because he's sitting in a recliner on the other side of this partition.
Right.
He stands up and he looks over there like, what the heck? And I'm like,
sorry,
you don't know who did it.
Right.
But somebody has cut the carpet pretty hard, man.
Wow.
I'll never forget that, man. I was like, oh my gosh.
I've been guilty of crop dusting people before. I mean, I have. One of the things I used to, whenever I get on an elevator and that, it'd start getting more and more people on there, I'd just be praying, come on, please, come on. And then right as you're getting off, you just let one rip and walk on, That's kind of mean, but it is funny. I don't know. Men find fart jokes and stuff like that more funny than women do. Well, as a rule. Don't you think?
I think so. There is always that moment, though, when someone that has a healthy one, like a healthy release, there's always that little moment where everybody has that. It's like when E.F. Hutton speaks, look, like they all turn like, before they say anything. But it's the funniest thing. It's like, because if it's a long one, it's like they're waiting for it to end to make a comment.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, just hypothetically, say you're out in public and your wife lets one go. Do you take the blame for it?
Man, that's a tough one.
I do every time. I'm not. I mean, wait a minute. That made it sound like this happens a lot. That's not what I'm saying. Not what I'm saying. Yeah. But yes, I mean, I would always take the blame.
I think I just walked away.
Just leave them standing there, huh?
Because
what if you're on like an airplane and your wife just can't hold it and she lets one go, and you're in a vacuum sealed coffin,
I've never heard it referred to like that.
Well, that's basically what it could be. I just don't. I don't do that. I mean, like I'd be like, Okay.
I'd be like a whisper and be like, "Are you kidding me?"
I got you.
Was that planned? Was it like, do you go?
Well, if it's bad enough, I would claim it anyway.
I mean, I just don't see myself getting up on a plane going, "Folks, it's okay. It was me. I'm sorry.
I slept
It's
with
all
a
good."
Holiday Inn Express last night.
I mean, I wouldn't go and go, "My God, woman."
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
I can't believe you did that on an airplane. Good Lord.
I wouldn't do. I mean, this has happened a lot. I mean, over the years. I mean, 40 years.
Right.
Things happen.
Yeah, they do. They do.
See, the problem with that is I can't even do it because my wife would start laughing.
Right.
My wife is the biggest cut up. She laughs at everything. She just has a happy life. I mean,
Yeah.
she just loves to laugh. And my pastor, one of my pastors, he used to love to get my wife. He would stay at my wife until he got her her face would be blood red. She'd be laughing so hard.
Right.
And when she would laugh, she had this cackle that went in, and he would just love it to get there. We were at Vanderbilt Medical Center.
Right.
One of the church members is having a very difficult tumor surgery. I mean, like off the brain.
Oh, wow.
Room is full of people. I mean, packed out. If you've ever been there, man, it's crazy. By the way, they're the best in the world. I mean, I believe that.
By far.
So my pastor's like, "Come on, Lynn. Come on. Just give us a laugh. Everybody here needs it." And she'd look at me and I go, "Don't do it." I said, "There's people in here." I was very close to the vest back then. I'd be like, "There's people in here, like suffering. They might take offense to that." And my pastor would be going, No, that's what we need. We need a laugh." And my wife, he would say stuff to get her to laugh. And there was one point she started to laugh. She put her hands over her mouth. And he is dying. So she never did. But when we got in the car after the surgery was a success.
Yeah.
We were going to go out to eat. We had a motel room. We were going to spend the night and then leave the next day.
Yeah.
We went to go out to eat. When my wife hit the car, she never stopped laughing until we got to the restaurant.
She let it out, huh?
Oh my God!
Hey, that's impressive that she could hold it in.
She say, "Pastor, I can't do it. David won't let me." I was the stick in the mud. But we got in an Applebee's up there, and he said he wasn't done. So he starts messing with the waitresses.
Yeah.
And he said some things I couldn't believe he said. And Lynn lost it. I mean, like, he
just couldn't hold it back.
Oh, my gosh. And I'm sitting over here just dying laughing. The guy would say anything. He would do anything to get a laugh.
Right.
Crazy. We had so many good times. So many good times.
I bet.
I can't tell you on the air what a couple of those things were because some people might find offense, but it was dang funny.
No.
We're too serious these days. I know.
I agree.
Everybody gets their feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Got the feelings right up here on the shoulder. You can't say nothing about nothing because somebody gets offended.
Well, it's what was it I put out last year? If I apologize if I did not offend you in the year 2025. I promise you, I will take care of that in 2026.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, we got about 5 or 6 minutes left. We want to
Yeah.
thank you again for all your support of the Southern Patriots podcast and Wolf Nation podcast. We got fun things coming up. We're growing every day, building every day, and we want to bring entertainment.
Hey, we've still got a ghost hunt to go on down at.
We have so many things to do.
The Corpsewood Manor.
We've got to get in touch with her and get that done here.
Yeah,
so,
we do.
It's just bad weather
snuck up on us.
Yeah, bad weather got on us, and then but we need to do that. I'm glad you reminded me of that.
Yeah,
we need to get that done here soon, and because she don't want to drive back down there herself, she wants somebody with a Jeep to go in.
Yep, we can do that
because it's kind of a rough trip. Parts of it is anyway.
Right.
And get in the. I mean, she knows where to go, so she can be the guide, and
that's all we need.
We'll be the vehicle. We'll do some recordings down there. Don't forget Thursday, Andy Cyrus on the program live.
Yeah, y'all don't want to miss that. That's going to be a great interview.
My only wish is that we had like 3 hours, but we don't. Yeah. We don't really have an hour because we've got to get her off early so she can get to her next thing that she's going to.
Right.
So it may be 45 minutes, 50. It won't be more than that, but we'll get as much in there as we can. We're going to let her do a lot of talking, talk about her book, her life in Iran, and the current situation. And we'll get as much as we can. And then Wednesday night and Thursday night we have Dirt Report. We've got interviews with 2 dirt track drivers this week. Those are always fun. And we got to set a date to go down to Scooters, man.
Oh, I know.
We have got, and I think a Wednesday is probably the best day for that.
It's going to have to be probably sometime, in April.
Oh, it'll be April.
Maybe even May. I don't know. I'd like to see it happen, in April.
That'd be cool.
We're gonna have to see how. I know I've got some things coming up, but we're definitely gonna make it happen.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesdays is closed. Wednesdays when he said he suggested Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, I think we need to do it on a Wednesday.
I think Wednesday's the best. Yeah. We can line it up, and Thursday's packed. We got a lot of stuff going on with podcast anyway. Well, we're gonna go live.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll work out. If the noise gets a lot, we may have to go offline and just talk to people. But we'll see. If we get in the corner, we'll probably be okay somewhere, And they're going to bring people to us. And we're going to talk to them about their career, whatever they want to talk about.
Yep.
If they're getting a little bit inebriated, the conversation might. That reminds me of in the movie what was it called? It was John Wayne and Rock Hudson, The Undefeated. And the bushwhackers are after them. They've got them, they've circled the wagons, and they're all. So John Wayne goes out with Rock Hudson, and they're talking to this guy. And he's got a hillside full of people behind him, and they're talking, and they know it's going to somebody's fixing to pull. So they end up shooting the guy and killing him, and running back because it's full on then.
Right.
And the lady says, "I thought you were going out there to talk." He said, "Well, ma'am," John Wayne said, "Well, ma'am, the conversation kind of dried up." She said, "But my God, you have to kill the man?" He said, it basically seemed like the thing to do at the time,
Yeah, it seemed like the thing to do.
We didn't have a lot of time to evaluate the situation.
True.
I mean, guy's going to pull his gun. We popped him before he got us.
Just interrogate him.
This conversation kind of dried up. Sometimes that happens.
That's hilarious.
Well, we hope everybody has a great rest of their evening.
Most definitely.
God bless all. Be safe out there. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, actually. I'll be back on later tonight with the music show. In the morning, Cornbread Man Morning Show. Tomorrow night, the SFP Racing Hour with Dirt Report.
Yep.
Looking for the and sports.
And
tomorrow.
Got an interview tomorrow night.
Tomorrow is first day of baseball? Am I right on that? Is that tomorrow?
I don't know.
Or is that next Wednesday? I think it's this Wednesday. First game. Then more games Thursday and Friday. I have to look at it. I think it's tomorrow, though. Yankees and somebody. I should have looked, but I've
baseball
been busy.
Is upon us.
Baseball.
It's been a very, very good to me.
A lot of Braves fans got Braves vision, and they're looking forward to having that.
Yep. And
we'll be interested to see how the Braves do this year. Don't have high hopes, but a decent team.
Hopefully they do well.
Well, we hope so, man. I do hope so. All right, we'll go out. Just how big a boy are you? Uncle
Just
Jeb
how
wants to
big a
know.
Boy, are you?
He wants to know. He asked you, just how big a boy are you?
I'm big enough.
We'll see you.
Mud on your boots, dirt on your hands, fight in your eyes, scars on your plans. Who you gonna be when the lights all fade? When the stage is gone, when the debts ain't paid. Just how big a boy are you? When the chips fall, when the fish fly. Just how big a boy are you? When the truth comes, when the lies die. Big talk ain't the weight you carry. Down truck in a no-name town, dust on your tongue, rain won't come down. What's the measure of a man with nothing to show? When the wind cuts deep, when the seeds don't grow. Just how big a boy are you? When the walls crack, when the earth shakes. How big a boy? Don't mean a thing at all. You can puff your chest, you can raise your chin, but the mirror don't care about the fire within. How far will you go? How much will you lose when it's blood for blood and you gotta choose? Just how big a boy